Welcome. Who was the Buddha?
Did you forget to ask who I am?
Yes, I did. Who are you?
I am Star Walker.
Okay.
I come on the ray of light. I cross between the stars of delight. How may I serve you?
We have some general questions, and then we have some private questions. First, we have the general questions. So we start off with the Buddha. Who was the Buddha?
Be careful what you hear. Be careful what you see. For all is not what you think it to be. It is not of importance who someone was or who they are indeed. It is important that the light they radiate, that the truth they emanate, that the beauty that they share, that the blessings that they share, that is what is important. The Buddha indeed led a life of contrast, of diversity. He had profound realizations. He had a journey, just as many people experience, going through the journey of emotions, of bodily symptoms such as pain and birth and blessings and movement. Indeed, the Buddha existed, but indeed, the legacy is not who or what he was or is. The legacy and the blessings that he left to the world was his path of service, the love he shared, the blessings he gave to the world. For it is not who or what you do, it is what you give. Always remember that. The Buddha is what he gave to the world and to the consciousness of the creation.
Thank you. How can people grow stronger in the light?
For people to grow stronger in their light, it is essential that they focus on harmony, integrity, and honesty. It is important that they are honest with themselves and also others. There is a need for love of oneself and for love for every being in consciousness. There is a need for compassion and for understanding without trying to understand. By just being, by being in integrity, then one can find the light and one can understand. By trying to understand the light, you are creating a big fight, a big dilemma. For being in the light, you are commended, for the fight is won, and the light is done. You must be in the light. How can one develop their integrity to the light? They must be honest, they must give, they must give. They must be honest, they must act in integrity. They must help another as soon as they can and are able. If they can help, they must help. They must live in a state of abundance consciousness, knowing that their connection to the source is pure and in infinite light. There must be no fight, for the light is so bright, it is so pure, it is true sight, it is true reality. It is indeed white light, but it is also beyond the sight that you can have of light. For true light is infinite, an infinite pure delight, so bright, so pure, so illuminating. It will bring such a huge feeling and atmosphere of peace and completion and wholeness. There is no need to fear when there is light, for light is all-encompassing. Encompassing, the compass of complete realization that enfolds and embraces every consciousness in reality. Light is ultimate love. One can ignite their light and develop their light, through the sun, of course. The sun is very powerful in your realm of existence. For the sun is something that nourishes, that brings nourishment and brings love. Ultimately, the only form of nourishment is light. That is why it is advisable to eat natural food, because the natural food has a higher percentage of light frequency. Light frequency mostly from the sun in your earthly world. So one can increase their frequencies of light by eating natural whole foods with lots of different colors from nature. The ones with the most illuminating and presence of light. Fresh food. Fresh food is ideal, most optimal for fueling your consciousness with light. But also your thoughts must be light. Your thoughts must be pure and right. If your thoughts are negative or critical or damaging to yourself or to others, then there is a little bit of lack of light. You must infuse light and say, Mapanlai, no problem, everything is okay, because there is light, and I choose to see the light. No matter what happens, even at night time, there is light. In the physical body, especially when there is pain, the only way to dissolve the pain is by light. Not by sound, not by anything that can be found, only by light. For light cannot be found because it is all around, all-encompassing light. Light is wholeness, light is ultimate love. When one realizes that and acknowledges that, it becomes infused into every cell and atom of their consciousness for eternity. And then they are on the right path. The path to wholeness, the path to highest source.
Thank you. How should we react to hostility towards the light and to ourselves who are in the light?
We ask you not to react, firstly. We ask you to understand discernment. Discernment. When you have discernment, you do not react. You are proactive. By being proactive, you find a solution and you live integrity. In spiritual integrity, there is no need to react. For you are a master in the making. You are a star, a constellation in the forming. You are an entire universe in the forming, when you choose to be. But if you acknowledge or focus on the dark, you bring your light down. So you do not react, you practice discernment. Okay, there is dark over there, so I choose to be over there in the light. I do not go in the dark, I do not go to temptation. If we warn you, do not go to the dark, you do not go. You remain in the light and you remain progressing to further light. By being in the light, by being in ultimate source, you will be on the true course. Do not go backwards, dear ones. Always go upwards towards the light.